Hello guys, now I'm going to show you how to use our relay module. Let me use our 4-channel relay module as an example. Now let me add it to my project. And then please click this relay to enter the setting page of this module. Now in the channel setting page, here are some options. Let's get to know what are they. First of all, here is the channel name. From here, you can give remark to each channel. We always recommend you to make some remark for each channel, because when you want to do some modifications after a long time, you may forget which channel control what kind of things. So make a remark for each channel is very important. Now let me make a remark for them. For example, channel 1 is my spotlight 1, channel 2 spotlight 2, channel 3 spotlight 3, and also channel 4 spotlight 4. Okay, and then click Save. From this building option, you can assign this channel to the real area of this project. For example, if my spotlight 1 belongs to my living room, spotlight 2 belongs to my living room, and spotlight 3 and 4 belong to my bedroom, then when I make this, when I finish the commissioning and upload this project to my OnPro app, these channels will appear in the real area accordingly. And this channel zone is used for the light scene. So for example, you want to create a scene for living room, then you can make a channel zone which is called living room. Then you can create the scene. Later, when I talk about the light scene, I will explain this in detail. And this is the function option. From here, you can select the function of this channel. For example, if this channel is used to control on and off of something, then you can select switch. And if this is used as a socket type, then you can select it as a socket. For these 3, you can ignore this. This is only used in China, so please ignore this. And this is on delay and off delay. So for example, you want some delay when you turn on this channel, then you can set some on delay. If you want some off delay, then you can set some off delay. So the light will turn off after the seconds you have set. And this is the protection delay. It is also a delay. For example, you want it to turn on after some seconds, then you can set the protection delay. And this is the staircase lighting. So for example, you want the light to turn off automatically after 10 seconds. Then you can use this as a staircase lighting. Let me show you. So let me put it as 10 seconds and then click Save. And when I use this test button to turn on the first channel, it will turn off automatically after 10 seconds. Let's see what is it. Okay, now the light has been turned on. And after 10 seconds, it will turn off automatically. Okay, now it turns off automatically. So that's the function of the staircase lighting. Okay, let me disable it. Okay, click Save. So this is the channel setting page of the relay module. And for example, you want to create a scene to turn on channel 1 and channel 2 all together. Then you have to make a scene. So let's go to the light scene page. You can see as I didn't make a channel zone, when I want to create a scene, here will have no channel. I cannot create a scene. But if I go to the channel setting page to create a zone for each channel, then when I go to the light scene page, it will have channels for me to do the setting. So let's do it. Click this channel zone. And then for example, this zone number 1 is my living room. Zone number 2 is my bedroom. And then let's select living room and assign channel 1 and channel 2 to the living room. And select zone number 2 and then assign zone number 3 and 4 to zone number 2 bedroom, and then click Save. Okay, then we go to light scene page. Okay, so for example, if we want to create a scene for living room, then here we'll have spotlight 1 and spotlight 2. So the difference between the building and the channel zone is used for the scene, but building is used for the real situation. So when you go to our mobile app On Pro to control it, when you click the living room button and enter living room, you will find spotlight 1 and spotlight 2 is in the living room. So that's the difference between them. Okay, so now let's go to create a light scene. And guys, I want you to pay attention. Scene number 0 in all of our lighting modules, no matter it is relay, dimmer, DMS module or DALI module, scene number 0 in each zone is always all off by default. You can see from here, I cannot change the data. It's all off. I cannot change it. But if I go to scene number 1, then I can change the status of it automatically to be on and off. So scene number 0 is all off by default. But from scene number 1, you can make scenes according to your real needs. For example, if I make scene number 1 to be all on, and the scene number 2 to be 1 on and 2 off, channel 2 off, and scene number 3, channel number 1 on, off, and channel number 2 on, and then click Save. Sorry, you have to select the status, channel 1 on and 2 off. 1 off and 2 on. Okay, then we have successfully created full scene. Then we can test it to see whether it can work or not. Okay, so for example, I select scene number 1 and then click the test button. You can see channel 1 and channel 2 is on now. And if I want to test the channel, scene number 2, okay, you can see channel 1 is on and channel 2 is off. And let's test scene number 3. Okay, and let's test our scene number 0. Okay, so that's how to create scene. And if I want the lights to move from scene number 3 to number 2 and then to number 1 automatically, then we can create a sequence. Then the lights will turn on and turn off automatically, follow a special rule. That's what we call sequence. So let me show you how to make it. Okay, then let's click the light sequence. Okay, for example, I create a sequence number 1. And the running mode, we can select forward, and backward, and random. Then if we select forward, it will move from step 1 to step 4. If we select backward, it will move from number 4 to number 1. So that's the difference. Now let's select forward this time. And the step, if you want 2 steps, then it will be 2 steps. If we want 4 steps, it will be 4 steps. So I select a 4 step this time. And then select, for example, I want scene number 1 to be the step 1, scene number 2 to be the step 2, and scene number 3 to be the steps 3. We want scene number 0 to be step 3, and then scene number 3, and then click Save. Then let's test it. Okay, so I always forget to make the running time for it. I always recommend you to make the appropriate running time for them. So the scene will stay in step 1. For example, 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Also for this one, 5 seconds. And then click Save. Okay, after we create this, we can click the Test button to test it. Okay, now it's all on. And then move to step 2 and step 3 and then step 4. So that's how to create sequence. Then it will follow this sequence all the time. Okay, turn off it. Okay. And then click Save. So that's how to create sequence. Now you know all about how to use our relay module. And then for here in the light scene, here still have a Add to Gateway button. If you click this button, this scene will be able to add to the gateway and then can be added to our own Pro later. So let me do it. If we enable this function, okay, it will tip you gateway scene list is not read. Then please read it first. Okay, then let's go to the gateway scene page to read it first. Drive device scene. Okay. Click read. Now we read it successfully. And then let's go to delete this default scene. Okay, click add. And go to relay page. and add this forcing to the gateway. Okay, then this forcing will appear in the gateway device scene page. Okay, in this device scene page, it will have this forcing we have just created. And if you want it to be displayed in our mobile app on Pro, then you can enable this function. And when you enable this and then click upload, it will be able to upload to on Pro. So if you from here, you didn't enable the scene, add the scene to the gateway will not have this scene and cannot add to the OnPro app. So that's the function of add to gateway. Okay, so that's all the function of relay module. And now if we want to use a panel to control the scene, the channel and the sequence, then how can we do that? Okay, now let me click search to add a panel to my project. For example, let's use our DLP panel, current project. Okay. And then go to page setting. Let's use page 1. Okay, page 1 has been used. Then let's use page 2. Okay, so for example, I want to control my spotlight 1 through our DLP panel's button 1. Then we can enter a remark here. The button name, for example, is my spotlight 1. And then the button mode, we can select the single on mode. Then it can only control the on of this channel. And if we select single on and off, then you press this button, it can turn on and turn off the channel number 1. So I always select single on and off. And then click add. Drag down to click add. To add the targets, spotlight 1 and add on. And then click save. And if I want to control scene number 1 of zone number 1, scene number 1 of zone number 1 by our DLP panel, then how can we do it? Okay, then go to the DLP panel and then select button 2. And I want to control scene number 1. I can select single on or off, but as I just want to control scene number 1 is all on, so I select single on and then make a remark. Scene number 1 and then click this add to add the targets. Select light scene. Okay, scene number 1 all on and it's zone 1. Okay, add on. And then click save. Okay, for the light sequence, it is the same. If I want to use the button 3 to control sequence number 1 of the relay module, then also select sequence. Sequence number 1. And then I select single on as well to turn or you can select single on and off to turn on and turn off the sequence. I select single on and off, and then click Add. Select Light Sequence, and then we have Sequence 1, and click Add All, and then click Save. So now this DLP panel's page 2. Number 1. Button number 1 can control our spotlight 1. Button number 2 can control scene 1. And button 3 can control our sequence 1. Please pay attention. Now the remarks of these buttons are only in our Studio software. If we want them to appear on the panel screen, we must make it. Please click Tool and select Panel Image. To make a remark for each button one by one. The way to make it is to first of all select the size of the button. You can see this is obviously not the size of this button. So let's select this one. You can see they are the same size now. And for button 1, it is controlling spotlight 1, scene 1, sequence 1. Okay, let's make spot 1. And then we can make some abbreviation and then adjust the size, the position, and the size of the character. And now also button 2, scene 1. Adjust it. And the sequence 1. Okay, then the way to make it is just drag it to the position. Button 1, button 2, and button 3. As it has two status, we can click Inverse because the lights have on and off. Inverse, and then make them in here directly. After this, then click Save. It will automatically upload to the panel. And then when you go to page 2 of the panel, the remarks will appear on page 2. Uploading takes some time, so please wait. When it's 100%, then it is finished. Now we finish the configure it. Okay, so that's the way to do the commissioning of the relay module.